Uh, Okay. Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome. We're going live on Facebook and we are here because we're in a 90-day container. So Rob and I are in this 90-day container, which is just to get the word out about what we're doing online. A lot of people might be like, what is she doing? What's going on? And this container allows us to do a masterclass, which is free. And there's going to be a prize $100 gift certificate if you show up live. And it's really fun because we get to meet people from all over the world. And Rob and I actually don't know each other. We met each other online in this container, which is really fun because yeah, it just connects you with people. And since I have some men in my downline, I was like, I think I need to like include that in my business. And so we'll just get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you. Hi, Rob. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thanks.
Yeah. So before this business, can you just share with us what your life looked like before you embarked on this journey?
So, I've been a flight attendant for Southwest for 21 years. I topped out 13 years ago. That's pretty much so pretty much in order for me to work more, or to get paid more, I need to work more. So, for a while when I first got topped out, I was kind of just doing good. The economy, I was like ahead and, able to live pretty comfortably. And then just the way the world's going right now, it's just getting harder for everybody. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of looking for a lot of people be changing their careers. Some people be trying to find things to do on the side. So I was kind of, I don't know, looking at both. I like my job. I still am a flight attendant, like I said, and this is something I am doing on the side. And before I found this, I was considering doing being a pilot and just doing the training and the cost and the time for how old I am. Um, I'm in my mid 40s, and between the price and the time that it takes to become a pilot and then starting at the bottom and moving ahead, the math just doesn't work out well. I can't take the full route that would I would want to. And just this kind of randomly landed in my lap. I was kind of following some other folks who I met on a cruise, on an Abraham cruise, and they kind of reached out to me at the exact time I was kind of looking for something else was actively pursuing looking at pilot training. So,
Cool.
yeah.
So like yeah, so the is very I can relate I can relate to that capped income, right? Like it's like you've already reached the top and more picking up more shifts doesn't feel aligned is what I'm hearing. And so kind of the turning point, what was that like pivotal line in the sand moment where you're like, I'm gonna invest in this business by purchasing a KA or something of that nature? Like what was like, okay, I'm doing this. Like what was that moment like?
Uh, it was just kind of the right time. I could, when they came to me, I was kind of, like I said, actively looking for something else, and it just, it's kind of one of those things. Once you see it, you see it, and I was even not knowing this industry, and I was very interested in kind of learning something completely that I've never done. So I've never been in sales or the entrepreneur world, and it just kind of interests me already. And yeah, so it was just kind of like now is a great time to do this, and I was just really excited that I could find the best water out there too.
Right on. Yeah, because you're down in Santa Cruz,
Yep.
and I mean, I'm up in Bend, and they're like, the water's amazing here. And
Yeah.
turns out there's like arsenic and lots of chlorine and like all this stuff. And I was I was also just very surprised that I didn't know
Yeah, I
that.
would think you'd be sitting better than us, but we our water is horrible in Santa Cruz. I mean, you just basically are drinking chlorine.
Oh,
It's probably just as
okay.
fine to drink out of a pool as it is to drink out of the tap here. No
Oh
different. That's what it
no.
tastes
Oh
like.
no. So
But
yeah, so just kind of leaning into that. Like what's the most significant change you've experienced since starting the business? Like have you
I would say like in terms of business wise is like just getting involved with this community and like kind of seeing people doing it and doing it well and then kind of like realizing like what's so special about them? Like why them and not me? Why can't I do that? And then hearing all the training opportunities that are provided for us in this community, like yeah, you just kind of like get on board if you can follow directions and then also take the time to apply it. Like it's a doable situation. It's a rinse and repeat situation. But yeah, I mean, it's it's just completely doable. So,
yeah. Yeah. And then so when you say doable, looking back at what was your what's been your like biggest achievement so far that you've noticed just like, oh, I used to always, do this and now I don't do that anymore. Like for me, I'll be quite honest, I used to vape and I don't do that anymore. Could I say it's the water? Could I say it's the business? Perhaps, like what is there something that like stands out to you that you're like really proud of that you've
um,
done
I
since
can relate to all
stepping in?
that too. Yeah, the water, I mean, the health regarding around the water is just amazing. But I think for to kind of like go a different direction with that is like for me like was it's like investing in myself really. Like
Mm,
investing in myself for the business, investing in myself for health, investing in myself for helping others. Um, where it's like the more that I've done to invest in myself, it's investing in people around me as well.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's really important.
Not
Like,
to say that I didn't care about all that before, but it's like it find like a genuine value in that with all this, I feel like.
yeah, like put your oxygen mask on first, right? Because you can't help other people if you don't,
Yeah,
right? Like
you
what
can't
you
help
tell,
anyone else if you've passed out. You're done.
yeah, so like investing in yourself, I mean, it just for me like it wasn't happening at my current job. So I was like I need some help. Okay, so no what are you most excited for about the future? And if you could offer a piece of advice to your past self, just starting out, what would it be?
What I'm excited about is just I've been kind of like learning this whole time. I've been just in the business just over a year and like so it's been a big learning curve, and now it's like more of the ease and flow style where I'm trying to like apply what I've learned and like what I look forward to in the future is it just like becoming more naturally to me. And I feel like we're not offering a winning lottery ticket. There's work to be done, and I've been putting in work. So now I get to like kind of use it and just apply it, and I look forward to how that is going to flow. And then with all of that and how I've learned, there's so much automation involved in this community and this business that like getting to those steps where I can use what I've learned and apply it to that where it's just and then it's the rinse and repeat structure of do it again. All right. What did we accomplish this time? What can we accomplish next time? Can it be a little more? I'm excited about that. Like the progression of myself, me becoming who I want to be, and I'm learning that I can be, and where I can go with all this.
Yeah, fly high, right? If you could, so yeah, if you could offer one piece of advice as the last question to your past self, just starting out, what would it be?
I would say don't think things over too much. Don't attach all the worry
Mm,
that, sometimes you just gotta sometimes you just gotta jump in there and do it. Like you don't need to learn all the things and then do it. Like, learn a little bit, like, oh, and then apply and go.
just go for it,
Like, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
absolutely.
doable. Like, I mean, we're not what I've found in this community too, it's like people come from all different backgrounds, all different countries, all different places, and all different like statuses where they're from. I mean, this company incorporates almost every continent, and like, gosh, we're talking about, people down in India who are all these different class structures to people in America, all different class structures. And like at the same time, it's not princes and kings and high
Mm,
level people that I've come across so far that I've seen doing well in the business. It's everybody.
yeah,
there's no, and it's like, and
it's
again, it's like,
real. It's
yeah,
real. It's
it's
not
real.
this
There's
like,
real people, and why that it, why them and not me? Why them and
exactly.
not you?
Exactly. Yay. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, Rob. And if you
Yeah,
didn't
thanks
hear this
for
already, we're going to be having a masterclass Tuesday, March 24th at 7 p.m. PST on in our group. And so if you're just seeing this, just logging in, um, head over to the group and yeah, we're happy to answer any questions. And now I'm gonna log off and Rob is gonna interview me. Yay.
you. Thanks for setting this up, Whitney.
Yeah. Okay.